Chung of Great Britain, who leads and will go off first from Jungjinghua. Yang Kuf of the Czech Republic and Jun Wongtai.
I'll keep an eye out for some of the stronger runners. Valentin Prad starting a minute and 3 seconds back, and below 52 seconds. Below could have his eyes set on challenging for a place on the podium. Martin Vlach of the Czech Republic. It looks a huge margin, but we know he has an incredible engine when it comes to the running. Could he scream up through the field as we get to 2 minutes plus? These athletes will be completing their event, but won't be in contention at the top end of this final.
Here we go. 36 seconds till the start. 2024 Pentathalon later on.
Well, here we go. Time to begin the laser run. Jo Chung on the right up front with the number 1. Starts for Great Britain. Nervy moments here. It's time to decide who is going to win the Olympic gold in the men's modern pentathlon at Tokyo 2020. And they're going off now. Chung out 20 meters, runs into the range for his first shoot.
Well, 12-second lead for Chung. And Chung is more than capable of completing his 5 shots under 12 seconds. If he can do that, he can be off the range before the next competitor comes in, and that will give him a huge amount of confidence at the early stages of this race.
As you can see, they're coming off in a staggered formation. Jamie Cook leaving the starting area. They're really making sure those athletes stay close to the line.
Well, that is Chung and Jung out of the shooting range. You can see the empty positions. And now we see the other athletes clocking up the shots, looking for 5 green lights. And the nerves in this first round are going to be running high, and the gap that the leaders have opened up from that first shoot. I think it was a strong shoot. We didn't get to see the numbers, but now a huge pack lead. And there's our leader, Joseph Chung, looking in control. He has kept that gap after the first shoot, so holding his nerve. And once he's had the first shoot out of the way, he'll certainly be feeling more confident, and it will be his race to control from the front. The chasers doing what they can. Through the 400-meter mark for Chung. We'll just get a split. That's halfway through the first run. Chung, there we get a marker. 8 seconds back from Chung, so he's eaten up 4 seconds, but he might be just going out hard early on. We can see his teammate, Jun, 16 seconds behind. Jan Kuf, the Czech Republic, running on the shoulder. And here's our second place athlete. No changes for the top 2. 1 and 2 on the vest, representing first and second when it comes to positions.
Well, Chung up front now goes into the raised back bend, climbs up over the ramp, comes around that hairpin and comes into what will be the finishing straight.
Now we've just got a glimpse of the chasers, and there is Jung and Jun chasing down the British athlete who leads. Looking composed, Jung Jinhua, heavily taped on his calves. See Chung now starting to think about the shoot, just wiping the sweat out of his eyes. He's going to need to focus. Being chased down by the Korean duo. Kuf still in the mix. That's second, third and fourth, that group you see there.
Well, we are in the range here with the leader as we look back at his teammate, Jamie Cook. Cook currently running in 9th place, and straight out of the range for the leader, Jo Chung.
Well, that was incredible shooting by the Brit, and he has just put the pressure on the rest of the athletes. You can see them struggling. It's Chung who's out in 10 seconds, Jun taking 11. I'd love to see the time of Chung because he flew out of the range, but now the positions are changing for the chasers who are really having their eyes on those medals. Are we going to see these two working together, sitting in 2nd and 3rd, the Korean duo?
Does look that way, doesn't it? They are pulling each other along. That does help to have a teammate on your side. And they've dropped Yang Kuf just by a few yards. The two Koreans there running it as a pair.
Well, very little changes with the distance at the front. We'll get the split in a moment as they go through the halfway marker. But Chung and Jun looking comfortable. There's the time of Chung. And we'll now get our first indication on this second lap. Well, he's opened it up by another second, so it went down to 8. It's back up to 9 for Joseph Chung at the front. Kuf just trailing by 1, trying to get back onto the shoulders of the Koreans.
Yeah, Kuf now overtaking the Koreans. You've got to pace this one well. Can't go too hard too early. It could be that these athletes have decided we'll try and keep the gap as it is. Cook moving up the field as well, the other Brit.
Well, Yang Kuf having a strong run here. He looked as though he was getting dropped slightly by the Koreans on lap number 1. This is the second lap now, coming towards the end of the second lap, and Yang Kuf looking very strong as we see Jun, that's Jun Wong Tae, just leaving his teammate Jung slightly in his way because they come down the ramp and towards chute number 3.
Jo Chung up front, leading the way, crosses what will be the finish line. And he's chased down by Kuf and the two Koreans, Jun and Jung. And it's a third visit to the range now for the leading 4. Jo Chung almost at his shooting spot. We look down the field.
Oh, look at the pack. You can see Timoshenko, the shadow of Cook, as he just goes out of the screen. Valentin Prad was closing in that group, but right now all eyes are on these 4 and those green lights. Chung just having a slightly slower shoot. He needs one more green light. He's got it. He's still out in the lead, leaving the others battling on the range. And it's leaving neck and neck. Jung and Jun, Kuf just losing a bit of time on that shoot. At the moment, it's a battle between those 3 as they try and chase down Chung. Well, Moroshi and Cook just having a great shoot. Could they start to close the gap as well and get in the mix for the medals?
Well, Kuf struggled in the range. He's now trying to hunt the two Koreans back down again. And Chung still out the lead.
Well, we have just spotted Al Gendi, who has flown up through the field. Ahmed Al Gendi, with number 13 on his vest, has suddenly run through those group of 3, and he is now challenging this chase as they try and hunt down the Brit who leads. Ahmed Al Gendi having a tremendous performance here. Now we get the splits. And it's just 6 seconds. Kuf has closed the gap slightly. Chung made a little bit of an error on the range last time. Just one shoot left to go, though. And we haven't seen this gap close too much as of yet. But Al Gendi now in the mix. Could we see some dramatic changes?
Well, he must have had a blinder in the range, Al Gendi.
Well, we know he's in form, the Egyptian.
Yeah, bronze medal at the recent World Championships and a Youth Olympic gold medal in Buenos Aires in 2018. Is he going to get on the podium here at the 2020 Olympic Games?
Well, this is incredible running for the Egyptian. Kuf, the Czech Republic, trying to stay on the shoulder of the young Egyptian. We get a glimpse there of the chasers. Jun chasing down Kuf. Kuf seems to be running very well, but struggling a little on the range. But here's our leader, still looking so focused. He's only got one more shoot to do, and he knows if he can get 5 shots in 5, it comes down to an 800-meter running race, and he's looking strong, incredibly strong.
This is a really important shoot, though, now, as Chung comes into the range. Elgendi shot so well last time around. This could be a big turnaround here. The shoot, all important. Elgendi into position at the same time as Chung.
Well, this is nail-biting stuff for all the viewers back home. 1 apiece, 2 apiece. There is nothing separating these two at this rate. It's going to turn into a running race.
Elgendi's done it, though. He's out. He's out.
Well, this is a running race. Chung just ahead of Elgendi. Elgendi on the shoulder of Joseph Chung as he's taking the lead. He's putting the foot down. This is an 800 meters to decide the Olympic champion.
Well, Elgendi looking incredibly strong here. Jo Chung led through the first 3 laps, but Elgendi has now taken the lead for the first time. The Egyptian eyeing to be the first African medalist in the modern pentathlon in the Olympic Games. But Chung staying close to him. This is a big one here for these two.
Well, this is a battle that is not over, and you see Joseph Chung, he's putting his foot down now. He's saying, I've got more than you think I have, and I'm going to show that right now. He's looking in command. He knows what he's got in the tank. He knows how fit he is. He had a great swim. He's strong. But Elgendi, comfortable to sit on the shoulder of Chung as we focus here on the gold and the silver medal positions with 400 meters to go. But in a moment, we will get to see the chasers, and they're just out of the picture. We can see the bronze medal position for Korea. So we're hanging in there, but the race currently at the front.
Yeah, it's Jun, leading teammate Jung in that bronze medal position, but they've dropped them. The medals are likely, very likely, to come out of the top 3. It's just what will the order be? They come around the last inner bend, going up onto the ramp for the final hairpin, and it's Jo Chung of Great Britain leading the way and now kicking on. Elgendi has run hard and fast. He shot really well, but he's now struggling. Elgendi getting dropped by Jo Chung. He comes around the final bend, and all he's got between him and the finishing line is 1 straight.
Well, Joseph Chung is now opening up the burners for Great Britain. He starts to smile. He is striding out. He knows he has got this. He sees the finishing tape, and there is the new Olympic champion for Great Britain. Joseph Chung makes history here. It's a silver medal for Ahmed Elgendi, also breaking into the record books, and an impressive finish there for Jung Won-tae of People's Republic of Korea.
Well, what a run from Jo Chung. He actually got overtaken on the final lap, but the British athlete fought back into the lead and then kicked on in the final bend. As the first individual men's modern pentathlon gold medal for Great Britain goes to Joseph Chung. Jim Fox did it as a team in 1976. Steph Cook did it as an individual in the women's event in 2000 in Sydney. Kate French did it here in Tokyo. Jo Chung becomes the Olympic champion.
Well, what exciting moments here. What an incredible competition for all of these athletes. And there is a star in the making, Ahmed Elgendi. He flew through the field. That was an incredible run shoot for the young Egyptian. But Joseph Chung has just a little extra in the tank when he needed it. Jan Kuf not able to stay with the leaders. And there are gold and bronze medalists being congratulated by the Frenchmen. As the final places sprint for the finish here at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, where we have just witnessed history in the making.